The world's preeminent business growth expert, Jay Abraham.
Jay is not you.
Jay showing you how to find more money. He's making it rain.
This is a man that you cannot afford to be without.
1-800-88-12345. This is the ultimate entrepreneur with Jay Abraham.
Hi, it's Paul Durante. Today's show, Harvey Mackay, the legend. New York Times best-selling author, world-famous speaker. He's the Michael Jordan, Joe Montana, Wayne Gretzky of entrepreneurs.
I coined this phrase. It's been quoted all over the world. Now, everybody said knowledge is power. Not true.
Agreed.
Knowledge does not become power until it's used. Ideas without action are worthless.
Harvey's about to tell you why everyone is a salesperson. 1-800-88-12345. That's the ultimate entrepreneur hotline by dial 800. Get more calls, more sales, more response. With a custom memorable number just like ours from dial800.com, they have amazing customer service. Here's Jay and Harvey.
Hi, Harvey. How are you?
Jay, I can't tell you how excited I am. I've really been looking forward to this.
Me too. I adore you, and your work is inspiring. So you know this is called the ultimate entrepreneur. So let's get right into it. You've seen more business owners. You've traveled the world. You've seen commerce. Give me your interpretation of what is the ultimate entrepreneur and why.
Well, the ultimate entrepreneur is for sure a hungry fighter. Every second, minute, hour, day, week, month, year, and for years, he or she is focused on performance. They don't pay off on effort. They pay off on results. And so an entrepreneur has to absolutely be out there. I say sometimes it's risky not to take a risk. He or she, again, has to be a risk taker. And I also believe, and here's the myth, we're in tough times now. If I can just set the table for a moment, we're in very, very difficult times. The real unemployment number is 18%. It's not 8%. That's an all-time joke. When you take the number of people, again, that are looking for jobs, the ones that have part-time jobs, that like to have a full-time job. So therefore, the entrepreneur must know one thing for sure. Timing is everything, but I'm going to put that myth to work for her also. Example, people go around all their life and they say, what should I buy? What should I sell? That's the wrong question. When should I buy and when should I sell? That's very important once you become an entrepreneur. But guess what, Jay? Because we've got bad times, because there's 16 million people out there that are unemployed, and get this, 50% of them have been looking for over 1 year. That's very, very sad. But now here's the optimism. For those entrepreneurs that want to get started right now, this moment, as soon as they hear this conversation, it's as follows. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, still have trouble spelling the word, but that's what I wanted to be. And here are the businesses. I mean, I could name 100 of them, but let me just flag a couple of them that got started in the Depression. What I'm saying is, it's like raising money. I've raised $100 million in St. Paul and Minneapolis for tons of charities, in my career. It was always a bad time to raise money. Every committee, maybe we should wait till next year. Every entrepreneur will go to the bank, will go to an accountant. Well, now's not a good time. Well, let me tell our listeners the following. Howard Johnson's was a single restaurant until 1932, right in the depths of the Depression. Boeing created the first modern airliner. They called it the 247 in 1933 at the depth of the Depression. Hewlett-Packard originated in a Palo Alto garage, 1935. Hormel, and I'm a Twin Cities and Minnesota businessman, introduced its canned chili in 36. Spam in 1937, while the Depression was in full swing. Estee Lauder, a company came into being in 1935. Leonard Lauder is a personal friend. I know that story. The Carlson companies, right, again in Minnesota, 20 minutes from my offices. He was a mentor of mine. What did he do? He founded the Carlson Companies. That's TGI Fridays. That's the Radisson Hotels. They're the largest travel agency in the world. He founded this company in 1938, Depression time. My mentor with a $55 loan. Today, sales, $60 billion.
And the lesson?
The lesson here, Jay, is the timing doesn't matter what the timing is. What I'm saying is people go around, I'm trying to explain, timing is very important, but not when it comes to becoming an entrepreneur. That's the driving point home here.
Okay.
I mentor hundreds of people through my front door, and again, I tell them get started right now if they want to go out there again and conquer the world.
Okay, let me take you to a related question. So you've seen super success. You've seen very dismal results. You've seen people who can take something and multiply it and remultiply it and remultiply it again, and people who can destroy and diminish. What kind of collaborative associations are necessary to create greatness in an organization?
First of all, I think we should establish this, that every single listener from the moment they get up in the morning to the moment they go to bed, guess what? Whether they like it or not, they are a salesperson. Why? Because every moment, what are they doing every day? They're negotiating, they're communicating, they're persuading, they're influencing. And if you don't do those things, then guess what? You're being taken advantage of. So now, to build that organization, I like to kid a little bit. Even the Lone Ranger had Tonto.
Yep.
You can't do it all by yourself. I was 26. I decided to leave a firm, one of the huge firms in Minnesota, to strike out on my own. Interesting fact here, I didn't even want to put my name on the door. I called it something else in case I went out of business. Okay, that's how much confidence I had. I was afraid I might go out of business, so I didn't want my name on the front door.
That's funny.
So I waited 2 years until I had made it. So what did I do? I immediately got a kitchen cabinet together. What's a kitchen and cabinet? Kitchen cabinet is made up of old grizzlies. My accountant was 68 years old. My banker was in his 70s. Then I had 4 business people that were very successful, all in their 60s and 70s. I think one was in his 80s and didn't tell me the truth. But in order to be collaborative, in order to make that organization, you have to absolutely have good, solid judgment. If I could pick one of the key words in the English language, there are all kinds of smart people out there. But believe me, I want a person with judgment. And a person with judgment, he or she, again, that entrepreneur, can get it from all the people they surround themselves with. It just happened yesterday, but I spent 8 hours with Ken Blanchard, the 1-minute manager.
I know him.
He wrote the foreword to my book, Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive. I wrote the foreword to Raving Fans as his second best-selling book of all time. A few days ago, Lou Holtz came in here for 3 days. He's my best friend in the whole world, joined at the hip. And I mean, for 25 years, we talk almost every day. We'll be playing 3 days of golf next week again. But you see, I surround myself with winners, if I can, and then I learn from them. And so that's for the things in the collaborative effort, if it answers your question.
It does, but I'm going to play it back. You're telling me I want to network, I want advisors, I want to be able to brainstorm, mastermind with people who have an understanding, a maturity, an experiential bent that exceeds mine, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So you were taking us down selling, and I know you have a lot of dimension of understanding. Share with us some of the critical elements, since every entrepreneur and his or her team needs to be masterful salespeople. What are the keys?
The keys are to make sure that you know what the marketplace is. The keys are, again, and we haven't